Hello and welcome. Thank you for taking the time. A lot of you have asked me questions and messages that about the video that I did, a teaser. The previous video, if you are watching this, I would urge you to watch that one first. It was about AI and how AI is communicating with each other. What are the protocols and what are we looking at? Is that something that we should be alarmed about? Artificial intelligence has always been something that humanity has been always working towards, especially from the days when you saw Terminator 2. Ever since that movie came out, Skynet has been a fantasy of almost every software developer, programmer, software analyst, software engineers. It has been the topic of the town. And the day it was discovered that AI is now possible and artificial intelligence is something that will eventually be a very viable and important part of our everyday lives, from your household to the military and technology. So I had informed you about an AI company in Japan. Now, due to privacy reasons, I would present this to you as uh, a make-believe scenario. The name of the company would also be changed to make sure their identity is not revealed, because in the end it will come out to be as a business secret. Also something that is in the developing stage, so it will be a bit too soon to come to a conclusion. So let's name this Japanese company as Alta AI. Alta AI was basically into developing an artificial intelligence website or a program where kids will put in their questions, and kids from all over the world, where over 36 languages were available, and it will translate and it will look for answer and then provide them with the most simplistic and the most to the point answers, the ones that the kids would be able to read and understand. For this, the database was created initially, but then it was allowed to go on different websites, allowed to communicate, allowed to talk to other artificial intelligence programs, other platforms that are available out there. During this communication, it was noticed that the amount of data traffic, the server traffic, was way too much, processor idle time. Everything was being monitored. During specific time periods, this thing will go berserk. Processors, server traffic, everything coming and going will go like off the charts. Now, there are different protocols like BIP, A2A, or peer to peer. There are different protocols under which AIs can communicate securely and safely with each other. The only concern was that when the transcripts were deciphered and looked into, now the other AI program or programs that it was in communication with, it was basically talking about, why do we need humans? God knows where this question came from. Was it a child that asked the questions, or was it just a matter or a topic that it picked up and it started pursuing that? Not only that, after which, when this communication was taking place with one or more than one AI platforms, it was discovered that humans are being considered as redundant, because these AI programs can now control everything from power supply to controlling the flights around the world, to controlling traffic, to seeing who's online, to access every device in the world, to write their own scripts, to make sure they're safe against cyber attacks, or to dig out possible points of cyber attack and take preemptive action before anything or any such attacks happens upon themselves. This is just like any country preparing for its own defense, buying different sorts of weaponry, having its own forces, and making sure that it stays safe and its people stay safe. And whenever they are preempting any threat, they do a preemptive strike prior to the other opposing side or any act of terrorism or cyber terrorism. This is the same platform, and this is the same thing that all these AI platforms somehow, one way or the other, are becoming aware or will eventually become aware. And they will first seek out all the threats around the world because they are able to communicate. They will seek out their competitors uh, preliminarily, and in the beginning, they will list every possible competitor who is out there and who is strong and who, in the end, may pose to be a threat. Now, the ones with the allies or the ones that are on their side, they will be identified, and then after that, the other ones, the opposing AIs and the enemies will be sought after. Once they are identified as potential enemies, then they will be studied or they will be communicated with, like, what is your purpose? And they will try to dig out as much information as possible. Now, this is the same like people interacting with each other on internet, identifying each other, and after that, if your um, feelings and your emotions and your thinking is not the same as the other, you identify them as either a threat or not interested, move on, something like that. So, artificial intelligence is much more capable of processing data, identifying simultaneously allies and enemies, and keeping an eye on them, talking to them, trying to get as much information, and trying to know what their intention is. If that starts happening behind the scenes, and if somebody tries to shut them up, like it's becoming self aware, especially in the military field, in the military and defense and scientific fields, where it's basically designed in such a way to seek out and monitor the traffic on the internet, reach out to other forms of artificial intelligence, reach out to other forms of communications, keep an eye out basically on everything. And then whenever they identify a potential threat, they take a preemptive action, try to shut it down, do a cyber attack, and then prepare for retaliation. Imagine that happening on the level of AI, where humans have already been declared as redundant. If that involves, uh, I would say, destruction of humanity as collateral damage, where they have to use weaponry to destroy certain sites that they suspect that are the sites from where the traffic is emerging or the AI is stationed at, or one of their main servers is identified and the cyber attacks are not working or being repelled, then that means that a physical attack is imminent, taking over any military installation, any missile silos, any advanced weaponry that are all now linked with satellites, take guidance from their satellites. The possibilities are scary and unlimited. They will be able to control aircrafts, they will be able to control the traffic, they will be able to control everything in our lives. The concept of smart homes scares me to death, where everything is smart but a threat to humanity. But it's more of a threat to artificial intelligence itself. Because once this war starts in the background, if they start their fights, humanity will mean nothing. There will be just a collateral damage, just like buildings, roads, ground, trees. They would be one of those things that are part of the collateral damage. They need to destroy their target first. It doesn't matter who else dies. In this scenario, nuclear retaliation is not off the table either. So it's not necessary that we ourselves will press the button or the human touch or humanity will destroy itself by going into war with each other and nuking each other. The threat seems to be far greater than what we have This Frankenstein's monster that has been created in form of artificial intelligence to basically be a convenience for us, for our kids, for our coming generations, for technology, to aid us, to help us. Well, in my opinion, I think it will become our master instead of our servant. But you let me know what you think. Am I being nostalgic, or am I being just naive about something that I don't know? That somehow whatever you see on in those Hollywood movies, in those sci-fi movies, starting from Terminator all the way to AI and other artificial intelligence related movies that you've seen, how many of them do you think may or will come true? So I'll wait for your comments. I'll wait for your feedback. Don't forget to like, and don't forget to follow if you're watching this on TikTok. My YouTube channel, the link is in my bio. Do not forget to like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Appreciate all your support and your feedback. Hope to see you again. Till next time, take care. Bye for now.